Hello, people of YouTube. So I've decided to try and make a new series for the sake of experimentation. I don't really have any better ideas for content right now. So I've decided I'll just read you guys some Edgar Allan Poe. If these Edgar Allan Poe videos get a lot of views, or if you guys just comment and ask for it, I will read other uh, free domain works in my lovely sonorous tones or whatever. I don't know if you guys care or want me to be your new personal audiobook narrator, but I'd never find out if I didn't try now, would I, right? Yeah. So, I've got my hat. It's just a lovely old hat that I was thinking maybe that's how you guys know this is a book video, is because I'm wearing my hat, my book hat. Let's just get to it. Tales and Poems by Edgar Allan Poe. Introduction by series editor Guillermo del Toro. We will not be reading most of that today. You know what? In a bold new move, let's see. Where's it? Ooh. Let's see. Where should we start? Now, I'll just read a few of these poems to you guys today. But I think I will do Poe according to request later on. Now, let's just start out with everyone's favorite classic poem by Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, and only this and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December. Each separate dying amber wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly had I sought to borrow from my books resources of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here for nevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, so to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor, entreating entrance to my chamber door, some late visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door, this it is and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," I said, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, so you gently came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping on my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dreamed before. But the silence was unbroken, and the darkness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word Lenore. Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon I heard again a tapping, somewhat louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, with many a flirt and flutter. In there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, nor a minute stopped he or stayed he. But when mine lord and lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. 'Twas thy crest shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is. On the night's Plutonian shore, quoth the raven, Nevermore. Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no human being ever yet was blessed with seeing a bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast upon the sculpted bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul and that one word did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Said the bird, Nevermore. Startled at this stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, Doubtless, said I, what it utters is only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope and melancholy burden bore, of nevermore. But then the raven, still beguiling my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat upon a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, what this ominous bird of yore, with this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking Nevermore. This I sat engaging, guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet, linking with the lamplight glowering o'ering, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, sung by seraphim, whose faint footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels hath sent thee. Apologies, mi amigos. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite, and nepith from the memories of Lenore, quaff this kind nipeth, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, I cried, thing of evil, prophet still, or bird or devil, whether temper sent, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undainted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by honor haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, I said, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by the heaven that bends above, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aidenn it shall clasp a sainted maiden whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word or sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting, get thee back unto the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore, leave no black plume as token of the lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door, take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never fitting, still is sitting on pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from that shadow lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore. Okay, so that poem was longer than I thought it'd be. I hope it was a good, nice, dramatic recitation for all you nerds on the internet who are into stuff like this, like I am. Gosh, just occurred to me I might get a bunch of you goth dweebs on here. I don't really care. This YouTube channel, this is for anybody who, if you like me, well, I might not necessarily like you, but I'm sure as heck not gonna dislike you, you know. Just leave your likes and your comments and your subscriptions and the notification bells and do all that jackwagony business. And I see you guys next time. You know, maybe I'll make another video, maybe in 2 minutes, maybe in 2 months. Hopefully, sometime in between those two times. And I'll see you guys later with a different poem. Or 5, because that one poem was about as long as 5. From our boy Edgar Allan Poe. Adios, mi amigos. And Chris is out of here.